Welcome to my garden. It's Cheryl here today. If you're new, thanks for stopping by. If you've been here before, I'm glad that you are back. I want to show you what my garden looks like in the winter. These are, the trees are purple leaf plums. Wanted to show you those trees before they lost their blossoms through the wind. And these are my hydrangeas, just a standard hydrangea. They're starting to bud out, as you can see. And then down here is that crazy violet I can't stand. And I do have some grape hyacinths that I've transplanted over here. So I want to fill this all in because I had some grape hyacinths somewhere else, and that didn't work out. That's a hosta coming up, by the way. And I just want to show you, even though it's late winter, you still have things blooming here in my zone 7B 8A planting zone. So look, these are the hydrangeas that, I'm sorry, grape hyacinths that came up pretty thick, so I'm excited about that. So my plan is to have this whole area filled in with grape hyacinths, hopefully in the next 2-3 years. Okay, over here there's a few more. These just came up through seeds because I didn't plant them. And then over here I got some, what do you call it? I'm sorry, I forgot. Oh, daffodils. I can't recall if I planted these or if I bought them. I mean if I bought them or if I found them and transplanted them. That's what I meant to say. Now these are the ones that I got out of the woods behind my property. Look, isn't that the prettiest yellow? It's so cute. I love it. It's the beautiful yellow. Now this is just part of my winter garden. I have another section in the back, but this is the front. And we have some Japanese maples that's getting ready to bloom soon. They got buds, and some cherry trees. And then I have azaleas, white. These are white in here. They're not as big as the ones in the next bed. So I got to clean up around these and get them some food for the spring. This bush, it's a tree mixed with a bush. Got to move the tree out. But aren't they just gorgeous? I just really love those little white flowers. I don't know the name of it. I got it from my father. If you know the name of it, let me know. I call it the popcorn bush. So that it spreads, it blooms around the same time as the forsythias. So I'm excited about that. So I've also, this is the blossom from the tree. I think could be a cherry tree. I have another one similar in the backyard that just popped up out of the blue. Now this is some more of those, I think they're jonquils. They're early blooming. More bloom this year than they did in the past. I think it depends on the temperature. But under here I planted some, I dug up from my other bed, some purple tall bearded irises that I planted over here, and kind of did an experiment. I did some with the leaves on it and some without. But I'll be sure to show you what they look like when they bloom. Look over here, where I'm going to where the forsythias are. It's just grape hyacinths that was supposed to fill in this bed, but like I said, it didn't work out that way. But that's all right. We used to clean out this bed every spring, but now we've just been leaving the pine needles there. But we cleaned up over here where the forsythias are, and they're looking good. We just had one part of this one on the left got intertwined with a vine, and so we had to pull that out. And so in the process, this one forsythia, well, first let's look at this. Look how pretty the yellow is, so bright. We took some cuttings and I'll show you that in the next video, and stuck them in the ground around back so we can multiply these. They are so easy and they're doing so well. Okay, so like I was saying, I have a spot that's bald. The plant's still good, it lost a lot of its blossoms, but that's okay. It'll be back next year. And we gotta go make sure we kill this uh, vine so they didn't choke out the rest of these, but I need to clean out from under them. You ought to seen how much I cut out, trying to put a little air between them so they don't suffocate and the vine doesn't get on there and get lost and choke out like it did in the past. Usually you have to get over here when it's cold because you don't know what kind of creatures might be living in here when it gets warm. But that's how they look. I think they look good. Like I said, I just need to take care of that one that has a gap. And so we're getting ready to walk over to my cotton garden, I believe. I wanted to show you what's going on inside there. So let's get over there. That would have been so pretty if that one and well, actually two right there didn't lose their buds, but I had to sacrifice. Okay, so like I said, we're going to walk over to my cotton garden, and you can see the trees still with the blossoms on it. Real quick, over in this one area is also hydrangeas and irises, Siberian. I'm going to show you, we planted two camellias, and I can't recall the name of it, but it's a really pretty bright pink. So I have to remember to pick up off the blossoms that fall off so it doesn't get what they call blight, camellia blight. Over here, let me show you these crepe myrtles. They bloom white. They're not, you know, anything special, the blossoms anyway, but we grow this for the bark. Look, isn't that just gorgeous? And it's nice and smooth, and it peels. And sometimes I take it off. Look, it's just a piece of bark, and, but I just think they're so pretty. Now this bed here is, I've got hostas in there, and I had daylilies which come back, but they never bloomed, and I do have dianthus that's looking kind of raggedy, so I may have to move that somewhere else because it's not liking where it is. And this is a new dawn rose that converted back to red, and dug it up and put it over here. And so that's what's on this. I don't know what happened to the other one. I think my husband took it for something, but I'll show you what it might be for. Okay, so that's the daylilies, and let me see. I'm just looking to see if I can see the hostas. Sometimes they're hard to locate early in the season. So that's what's over here. And then if you want some trees I mentioned before to grow quickly and tall, these green giant thujulas are the one. Here's another view before we go into my cotton garden. We planted, I think, 6 or 7 of the tall thujas down there, straight ahead. You see that car down that way, so we can block the mess next door. Okay. Now, I do have some brown spots in my hedges, and I'm hoping that they'll leaf out here in the spring. They're still green, so they should be fine. I don't know I didn't water them a lot last year, and it was really drought. We really had a drought. So this year I might keep up with the water and then make sure I feed them. So I haven't fed them in a while. The dark that's down here on this cutting garden bed is cow manure. I just usually get one bag and throw it in each square. This time I only got 3. But this is a sedum. It'll bloom a pretty yellow in a few weeks or so. And then over here I have a butterfly bush that's purple, and some yellow tall bearded iris. At least I think they're all yellow. At least one bloomed last year and was yellow. And over here I have you can see the little red eyes when they come up. These are peonies. You see some of those darn violets. But I think I have maybe now 5 or 6. I know 5 for a fact peonies in this bed. I want to plant something else because the peonies have beautiful foliage and flowers, but they don't bloom but maybe a week or 2, depends on the weather. And then you have nothing. I used to have a beautiful rose over here till somebody decided to cut it down. So I may try to find another rose like it. It was a kind of like a shrub rose with tiny red, rosy pink flowers. So I might be on the lookout for that. So that's all. Look, there's a bird's nest from last year here in my hedges, and I'm gonna leave it there in case somebody wants to take up housekeeping in it. But you can see how dry some of my hedges are. Over here, let's see, in this bed I got roses. I got 2 coral knockout roses, and I have this new pink rose, and I don't know the name of it. I can't find the darn tag. And then I have some salvias and a few dahlias in here. And then I have that rose, Lady Charlotte. She's looking better. Let's see if we can find her. There she is. She's looking better. I was going to give her away to my husband. He seems to have better luck with roses than I do. I don't know, but we'll see how it works out this year. Okay, I had a boxwood that I cut, and I'm trying to make into a topiary. Anyway, the cuttings I stuck straight in the ground. So we'll see if they multiply. And over here, this is ugly bed, but it's a holding bed, and I really need to put flowers in it. It's got daylilies and Siberian irises. The irises are purple, maybe some white, and the daylilies are red with yellow. I might have a yellow daylily in here, I'm not sure. And then the rest are purple and some yellow cone flowers. I did have some other purple flower in here. I can't remember the name of it, but it hasn't bloomed. And I have seen rabbit nearby, so hopefully he won't eat up my cone flowers. And this last bed is rocky and dry, and I planted some rose campions in here. They bloom well, kind of roses red. The foliage almost looks like what do you call it? Lamb's ear, but it's different. I like lamb's ear a little bit different. But this is the last bed. And like I said, I'll be back to show you the backyard before spring. So then we'll have 2 winter videos for you to look at. And this is, like I said, zone 7B, 8A in North Carolina. And the soil is horrible. It's a thick clay. Been trying to amend it over the years, just by adding in leaves, and I'll have to show you where I've been collecting leaves. I don't know why it took me so long to try this, but anyway, I put a bunch of leaves in the black plastic bags, and hopefully I'll have some leaf mold for next year. And I'll keep doing that I did it in January, so I'm going to check some of the bags in July and see if they can be used and collect some more in July so I can continuously have some leaf mold for these plants, guys. This also has some daylilies in it. I'm going to get me some lavender and rosemary also to put in this dry bed. I plan also some tall bearded irises, see if they'll come back. That's it, guys. I thank you, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.